Get ready for the next battle.
Hello everyone, it's Landon D here. Firstly, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video. It really means a lot to me. And I just want to let you know that you're about to learn some really cool things about playing in tournament that can help you with any game. Before I get started, I want to tell you some commandments here that I use for playing in tournaments. And I think these rules will help anybody. The first thing you need to know is anything can happen in first to two. You don't know what they are going to do, and neither do they. So you should fight. Everybody bleeds, and no player is immortal. Even the best players know. To win any battle, you must fight as if you're already dead. I came back from Losers Grand Finals right now. So anything can happen. Number 2. Anything and everything can be used as information. Everything. Use anything you possibly can to read on your opponent. Whether you gotta observe if they're slow, is he cracked, what is his win condition, are they nervous, if they like soup for breakfast, do they get annoyed easily, are they a rager, do they not like key charging, are they streaming, anything. There are meanings behind every attack, whether it's fear, panic, annoyance. It's always a response. Awareness and observation are key. And finally, whatever decisions are made in the match, do not emotionally dwell on them. You make the decision with the information you had at the time, and keeping a misinput or weird scramble in your head that wasn't in your favor will just slow you down. Just keep it in mind and keep going. Without further ado, let's get into the match. So this was a tournament I played recently, and at this time I'm recording this, I have won another tournament, so I'll upload that one soon. But Shizione's Elise is very hard to beat. Very, very hard to beat, especially in the new season. I had to lab some things within the last match. And like I said about the second commandment, someone could use this video to get a read on me, because I'm essentially describing my thought process, how I view the game. But that's not something I'm going to really dwell on too much. Now let me talk about what I'm thinking about here in this match. Okay. Hello? That low is very cheap because it's not even launch punishable anymore. I lost the first game, and I'm in losers here. So I gotta think of something here to bring this back. I have a lot of experience, I would like to say, fighting the Lisa's, or the best players playing the Lisa, excuse me, in my region, in multiple titles. So I feel like I have pretty good experience in this matchup, but the game kind of changed. That spring kick was very crazy, but I mean, I did it very early in the set. First game of the game 2. He probably feels very confident here, being a round up, a game up, and in winners. Elisa's movement really makes this matchup kind of tough. You really have to play it very differently than all of Law's other matchups, but it's not something that I'm not used to. You really have to fight Elisa differently. Nice little shimmy with the E-smash there. I just wanted to check. I don't want to do too many lows. Back one, because he's sidestepping left. That's which way it tracks. I just kind of want to lock him down to get information off while standing forward. I'm trying to get him to stand still. Yeah, I got him the armor. He's tired of it. I want to show some armor too. You have to armor in this season. I'm trying to corner him. That parry wasn't actually that good. Usually I'd say like don't dwell on those decisions, but that parry right there was not that good. I definitely want to stay on the ground there. I do not need to take that Okazumi. My armor is so annoying. I'm really just trying to get a read on his habits, because even though it's first to 2, and when you're in grands, you have an extra game to play with. And I think I really excel in longer sets. And I think that's where some of my respect comes from, is players know, like, eventually I'm going to figure you out, especially with the nature of how Law works. While he is a death by 1,000 cuts character, you get a lot of information on your opponent. Like right here. I saw him delaying, so I went for a slide. And I had a feeling he wasn't going to hold that situation there, so I did the frame trap option. It's starting up low. Thank God that hit him. I didn't think that was going to track. Alright, a block when he's advantage. Wow, I was surprised that hit me. I'm not going to really say how I feel about Elisa here, or I'll try to hold off. Sometimes you have to mash into that stance, and that back 3+4 he did was extremely clutch. I have the block here. Oh, that is super cheap. I had to lab that situation. I learned you could jab there, because I did lose to them earlier in the bracket. To that exact Beyblade sequence she got. Okay, got hit by a random ass launcher. Let's go. Law specialty. I should have went for stronger OT there, but that's something I gotta know. You just have to duck sometimes. And thankfully he had spinned his heat mode for like a really bad combo. I don't think he has that too good of heat usage. I think if he kept that heat mode and kept going with the pressure, it would have been harder for me to come back. I feel like I got really good OT off of that. And that was an extremely hard read that I went for. I feel like I had the health to play with, because if he launched me, there would have been a sidewall. Now, I've been keeping track of how he likes to do his timings on my slide or duck them. I need to punish that better, and I did. 3-4. Okay, tap him with a low. Playing neutral. Using forward 3-1 I did it a lot, because I'm not really confident in touching Elisa there. He saw me moving to neutral, so I have to stop it. I used the heat activation instead of getting the follow-up, because I felt like I really needed it. You know, I didn't think I was going to find a good spot to get into heat mode, because I feel like if someone gets on you when they're in heat mode, that could be your last chance you could have done something in the match. Okay, down 4-3. Okay. Hook is me off that. It's kind of crazy. Stayed on the ground. Using down 4-1 to keep him still. Yeah, you see his reactions to everything is like a sidestep right. I mean, you got to notice when people are trying to do these things to counter your character. A lot of people feel safe just waiting for the Law player to make more mistakes, because Law has to do a lot, because he doesn't really do too much damage unless he lands a really big counter hit. He's kind of just poking you a bunch, and it's possible for a Law player to make a mistake beforehand, because the more actions you make, the more mistakes you can make. So you have to be really clean. I did delay slide and I taunted, even though I am 2 games down. That's how confident I was. I felt like I had a read on him. Because the more reads I'm doing, every action I'm doing, I'm learning more about him. I said to myself, he's eventually going to run out of tricks. Had to get that realignment there, but I dropped the combo. That's fine. I'm not even... At this point, I'm pretty okay. I feel like I can make reads on him. Should have punished that better, but I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what he wants to do. Nice crouch grab there. I just hard ducked there, and I think it was honestly worth the first time, because there was no wall splat. Yeah, that situation is really strong. You actually have to play a game of chicken with Elisa there if she lands that low. I'll duck and take the damage, as long as it doesn't put me in a worse situation where I could get wall splat. You just have to guess here. Especially if he feels very confident, like he's about to win the tournament. You know, either round up, even winners, and he just needs 2-1, you know? I noticed that they like to do a lot of armor when I need to make a comeback, so that's the thing you need to know about the Elisa matchup, is when you're fighting her, you need to treat her like you're trying to chase down a cat, you know? Cats have these, like, instincts where you can tell a cat is really scared, where they'll, like, arch their back or hiss at you, or, like, their tail. What you're trying to do is kind of get that reaction out of the Elisa player, because her moveset feels like it's a lot of BET home defense system attacks, you know, 12 frame mid right there. Like, what can she do here to get me off of her? I'm just trying to get her to do something like 4-4-2 there. It's just crazy. Elisa wants the chainsaw stance, you know. That destruction form allows her to play offensive. When she's not in that stance, she's like in defense mode. So you can kind of treat her like a Yu-Gi-Oh card too if you really want. She's got an attack mode and a defense mode, really. When she's in defense mode, you really have to really work your way in. You know, I'm not really going too fast. You see, I don't want to run into like a down forward too, because my tracking is worse against Elisa. So I have to, you know, take every situation very slowly up close if I want to win. Like, you know, those little side steps. My tracking isn't going to be the same as it is versus any other character. Even if I have something as good as back four, not something I want to rely on a lot. This combo is probably going to do no damage, bro. They got a buff law's damage, bro. Oh my goodness. That did a lot of damage. I actually don't have damage counter on in this replay. That's interesting, but it did a lot of damage. Okay, so now it's tied up. As you see, I'm going in and I'm trying to get more of his timings. I'm not stopping. I'm learning more about him. I know he's freezing up. I feel more confident to go in. That's an unfortunate back turn thing. Like I said, he's gonna run out of tricks. Especially for someone like me, I feel like I can just make stuff up whenever I want. Because my playstyle is very fluid. I mean, it was birthed in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, so if you could run offense in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, you could run offense in any game, especially if I play like a fundamental character, maybe a crouch dash character. You need to be really careful when you go to interrupt that Elisa move because she can launch you for it. Yeah, I just hop kick. I mean, you just have to do those type of hard reads in tournaments sometimes to win. You just need to know when. Like I said, you need to make your decisions and stand by them, you know, with the information you had at the time. Even if it looks stupid, you thought it would work, and so you go for it. Yeah, I want Oki here. I'm going to try to keep the momentum up. You know, that's not too bad to block, because you see it's all gray health. When I'm in heat mode, I feel like I can go low more, because, I mean, it's health I can recover at the end of the day. You know, I'm getting health back if I fight her. But I just got to really watch the spots I fight her at. Yeah. That was a very panic-induced rage. Almost said rage drive. Heat smash. I'm just very used to Elisa's pressing heat smash right there and parrying the second hit from Tekken 7. It's all about tempo. You really want to make your opponent think you're going to speed up and play really fast, and then that's where you'll throw off their timing, where you'll just randomly slow down. That down back 3 was just completely the wrong read there, but it's fine. Alright. So you don't want to always play fast. You want to look at your opponent and observe. I really just have to go in and beat up Elisa, and he really just has to see, like, if I'm going to make a mistake or not. I really have to make sure my offense is extremely clean. Or at least calculated. Timings and everything. Shimmies, don't run into any random counter hits. Oh, that could have been bad. Something as small as that, like just the Dragon Hammer, so she just taps on her controller. Yeah, that was a really good read. I made a read on its tempo there. After forward 3-1 with Law, you can just sidestep right and avoid, like, actually all of his options if you're Elisa. The low doesn't even track, and you can even block the high. So that was an insane read on him. And I know his hesitation is here, so that's why I went for that slide. People try too hard to cheese you with the meter, or like their intentions. They rely on those sugary food, cornstarch type moves too much sometimes. Alright, going into it. Wow, okay, well I got bodied. So, I believe this is the reset. So it's the first game of the reset. Nice. Alright. Slide loop. Is he gonna duck here? No. Yeah, see, I like doing forward 3-1 because it allows me to see their reactions or how they're feeling. That's all it's about. We'll show you everything. People's reactions and stuff like that. Dragon Hammer, see I'm going in, I check what while standing for. I don't know if they're gonna crouch jab. It's a lot of time in the match. He just activates heat first, because, I don't know, he's just afraid of my aggression. He just wants to end it. And he just did the Rekka. Just finished it. Thank God he ducked, or dropped that. Yeah, see, he always armors when I'm about to die, so I don't need to rush my comeback. See, a lot more armor's coming out now. But I gotta be, you gotta treat it like that, like, you know, like a cat. You can tell, like, their back is arched and they're hissing, because, I mean, the easiest read you can make on me is like, okay, I have to make a comeback. Most people would just start attacking or running their offense, but you really just have to wait for your time to strike, you know. Don't need to rush that. Yeah, I can make those type of dots. Alright, corner him. Make him feel some type of suffocation. I thought he was looking for something else, so I did that. Punch parry, because he likes to punish that. What's he about to do on Wake Up? Can it? No. Oh, the tracking on that was super unfortunate. I stepped the wrong way. Slow down. Let me see what he's about to do. Yup. See, he's trying to catch like a stray poke. That's why I'm doing all that delay and dashing up. I have to play a very... how do I say, traditional offense versus Elisa. Oh my god, that was whipping. A very traditional offense versus Elisa. Not very much Neo stuff going on. As much as I want to utilize back four, I don't know if I'm going to get that much information from it. I want, like, more launchers, so I have to make a comeback. One thing I should have been looking for is more throws with forward 2+3. That's something I've been doing a lot more. Yeah, back four after down back three is something I need. I need that safety. I need that option coverage now. And I got my heat mode. And I know he wants to activate, because that gets me off of him. I know he wants to find a spot to activate. I don't need to take this Okazemi. I can play patient. Yeah. You don't need to rush. It's all about increasing the tempo, playing fast, and then they're like, think I'm going to play fast, and then you slow it down. You know, you got to be good at reading your opponent's tempo. Now, this was just crazy right here, I remember. Ooh. You just have to do that. You know, he thought I was going to slow down. No, I lied. That's the whole point. Like I said, someone could use this video if they really wanted to get a read on me if they beat me in tournament. But that's just how it is. He's probably very nervous. I'm 2 games up. I just reset. They're probably wondering, like, where did this power come from? Like, what is this player? Or something like that. They need to do something to make a comeback. And you always got to think, like, okay, what is my opponent's counter game plan going to be? What are they going to do to try to stop this? My movement has to be, like, really good. If I didn't know how to run a natural offense, I think I would have lost. I think winning this with Law required a lot of training in like prior games. I don't think it's even possible to like learn from Tekken 8 and like know this matchup or like know how to do it consistently at a level like this. You need a lot of prior knowledge, it feels like, playing different games and understanding offense and stuff like that and what makes something what. I should have did nunchuck there, but because the wall was to their right and I should have gone left. Alright, 2 rounds up. I am about to win the tournament. It's gonna be hype. And I landed a launcher. Okay. Combo. I should have went for better OT. I do that now. I believe I have... Okay, I got this rule wrong. Now I'm 2-2. Or 2 up. I'm just trying to put things out there to make it hard for him to win. When someone needs to come back, you can start adding variants to the mitts, and they got to start dealing with it, and I can keep it in the back of my mind. I think it's good to add variants to your opponent's gameplay because they're not looking to want to gamble as much, or they have to look to gamble to come back in certain spots. So when you add things they have to guess on for them to come back, it's not going to feel good for them to want to do it in their favor. Or like you're making them guess, or how do I say this? You're forcing them to pull the lever at the casino when they don't want to, when they're done and they want to walk away from the table. If that makes sense. It's at the wall here. Alright, he's making good reads. You see, he knew I wanted to get off the wall and he got a high there. So that's something you need to pay attention to. Like, they guessed I was going to do that. I wanted to throw him because I knew he was going to armor because I need to make a comeback. And that's just what he does. So I got to miss input there. I want to do 4-4-3 plus 4. It's just something you got to pay attention to. Okay. Yeah, check him. He wants to dodge. He didn't match there. Side roll. Side roll again. Realign with the wall. Block. The reason why I don't go for the max punish there is because I don't trust the active frames on that low in time. It's hard for me to want to go for a full punish. Yeah, same type of thing. I don't really gotta act. Like I said, I mean, I gotta make a comeback. That's when the armor's gonna come out. It's what I've learned, just slowly picking apart my opponent. This game allows you to do a lot of different sequences over and over that are kind of canned. So that kind of aids a lot of people sometimes. You know, these canned situations that you kind of have to hold. You know, King lets you do it. Elisa does it. Harong is a big offender of that right now too. Reina. A lot of situations where it's just like pick A, B, or C, and it's got high coverage options when they get you there. You know, right there with Law, like forward 3-1. It's +3, but she moved the wrong way in the stance and can avoid a lot of the options still. It's very hard to... That move is used a lot for information. You really got to use it to see how they are. I'm not trying to downplay Law or anything. It's just what it is. Yeah, you see I laughed at. I have to jab there to stop that. You have to make those types of reads to stop that momentum. And I have heat mode. So I'm wondering what they're about to do when I need to make a comeback. They need this game because if they lose this game, then I win the tournament. So that's something I'm keeping in mind, like with my decisions. Oh, ow. That did a lot of damage. Yeah, I can jab in between that, but I mean, if I jab in between that Rekka, the third hit, I mean, it's a plus on block combo launcher. So, I mean, that's the read I have to make, whether it's crazy or not. Low. Yeah, I need that coverage, that control there. Down bat 3, bat 4. He's mashing after down 4 too. Playing out of frame. Throwing out launchers. Ooh, that was a good up 2. Well, everything with Elisa seems to track. You know, the past 4 moves she did were like homing moves. They were like really good. Even at neutral, I'm like, okay. That tracks too. Forward 2-1. That's... Now that I'm watching it, it's actually like really crazy how like a lot of her options are gonna track, and I'm like have to dash into her a lot. Now that I'm watching, it's actually crazy. And I wanted to throw her because I knew she was gonna do armor, but like the dash didn't come out and she just teleported miles away. It's fine. Final game, 2-2, grand finals reset. This is where pressure makes diamonds. I love this feeling. Going in, making those reads. Throws are coming out. What's he gonna do here? Forward 2 plus 3, look at that. How do I start this? I want heat mode, obviously. That's my goal here. Armor. Oh, it's not coming out. I got it too. I get Oki off mine. Oh, she was just out of range. Alright, chill. I have heat mode, but I don't have to act. Oh, the range on that move was crazy. That's like a homing electric. Yeah. You know, corner her with those seconds. Act like you want to attack her so you can get stuff out of her, you know. It's just how the matchup works. You really have to take your time while she can, like, the offense is different. Okay. I said to myself, keep it as simple as possible. You don't want a big drop in this scenario, especially with your Okazumi. Keep it simple. Yeah, he had nowhere to go. He could not sidestep right. So, I did the move that would track that way. Forward one. At that situation. And now it's been to heat. Just keep it simple. Up two. A 1-2. Throw. Nice. I'm breaking him down and being good timing reads. He didn't jab there. I was so ready for that magic forward because he's done it before. He really just used up their heat mode like that. The Rekka and then heat smash. Oh, he made a really good read there. He knew I wanted to move. Armor? I knew he wanted to armor. And I tried to sidestep block. But unfortunate. I should have just stood still and did 3-4, because 3-4 probably would have wall splat from there. Very tense scenario. Could he win this round? If he wins that round, will he win the next round? But let's see. Play out the round. Play the full round. What am I going to do here? Got him this time. Alright. Pressure. Wall. I want the wall positioning. I knew he wanted to move after that, so I just let that 1+2 rock. Like, you can't match the wall positioning with me there. Down back 3. What's he gonna do here? And I slide with punish. Good game. And I key charge. Because I reset the bracket. Grand finals with Elisa. So to go over the things we learned one more time. Anything can happen in first to 2. Never forget that. Second, anything and everything can be used as information. Everything. Use anything you possibly can to get a read on your opponent. Whatever decisions are made in the match, do not emotionally dwell on them. You made the decision with the information you had at the time, and keeping a misinput or weird scramble in your head that wasn't in your favor will just slow you down. Just keep that in mind and keep going. Whatever happened, just keep it in mind and keep going. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care.